Ladies and gentlemen, this was a rough day, man. You normally we're doing pre-production about an hour before the show. We have a bunch of stories throughout the day that we're looking at, what we're planning on talking about. And then we like to come up to the studio, make sure the lights and the cameras are working, and think about what stories we got. But today there was a tornado, and it was directly due west, heading directly due east. And so we got the warning that the tornado was coming, and we're like, okay, so we got to bring everything inside, and we're rushing, and then we're worried about the chickens. Like, what do we do with the chickens? And so we almost brought them in as well, but tornado did pass us. However, it was pretty, like, I don't want to say it was scary because I've dealt with tornado warnings before, but we actually had, the mail service, the mail carrier came out here, and they were like, heads up, the tornado, this is legit. Like, people are freaking out. Now we're in a mountainy area, so it probably broke it up a little bit. But it passed just north of us, so we all good. We're all alive, and we're doing the show. And but I tweeted, and I'm just basically saying this because in the event people saw the tweet, want to know if we were okay. We survived, and for some reason we lost internet. We had to fix the internet, but that was probably due to the storm, I guess. But we're here, and we have news. Biden is not doing too well. His ratings were ridiculously low for his speech. It's not really a State of the Union. And we're seeing TV ratings collapse. Now, some have argued this is good. It means Joe Biden can sneak through all this ridiculous spending right under the nose of the American people. And I hate to say it, but I think most things go under the nose of the American people because they're not paying attention. So what's really happening is good news, sort of. Democrats, traditional liberal types, the voters, aren't paying attention. They've gone to sleep. That means Republicans, who are still fired up and angry, the anti-woke and disaffected liberals, are still on the offensive. And the Democrats have lost their support base. So we're going to talk about this. We've got a bunch of other stories, too. It's getting scary out there if you're paying attention to the cost of goods, gasoline, lumber, wood. It's skyrocketing in price. At the same time, cryptocurrencies are going way up. So we'll get into all that as well. And then we got some crazy news, too. Apparently, Doctor Strange, for those Marvel fans, Doctor Strange wasn't in WandaVision. Maybe you don't know what those things are. This is a show on Disney+. Do you know why Doctor Strange wasn't included in the show? It's perhaps because he's a white male. No joke. Apparently, that's what the reporting we're seeing is. So, yeah, we'll talk about that, too. And joining us today is the editor-in-chief of the Post-Millennial, Libby Emmons. How's it going?
It's going really well.
Do you want to just give us a quick, brief intro?
Sure. I'm Libby Emmons. I'm the editor-in-chief with the Post-Millennial. We're a Canadian center-right publication, cover a lot of American news, a lot of culture stories.
Andy No is a writer.
Andy No is our editor-at-large.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's great to work with Andy.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll be talking about stuff.
Yeah,
and
we'll be
things.
talking about lots of stuff and things.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Ian, he's chilling.
Yeah, hey everybody, Ian Crossland over here. I'm excited to get to the bottom of this. Joe Biden saying no one that made $400,000 yes is gonna have to pay a penny less penny in taxes.
This is one of the reasons his ratings are probably down. At least they're hoping is that the man can't speak. Joe Biden was like, nobody who makes under $400,000 will pay a single penny in taxes. I'm like, does that mean that you don't got to pay taxes up to $400K?
He must have meant a penny more than they used to pay.
Right.
Nope, it's legally binding. He said it.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Yeah, I was wondering what kind of taxes is he talking about? Is this just income taxes, or can we get in on some sales tax? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was basically
Probably,
saying
let's
only
just pay no taxes.
make all of the people who make more than $400K, he's going to make them pay 70%, and then everyone else just pays nothing.
Right.
All right.
And somehow he's going to keep those people in the country. I don't know how.
Sounds like a plan that the socialists would come up with, I guess.
Right.
People don't understand economics. But we got Lydia. She's pressing all the buttons.
I'm in the corner as well. I'm hoping that none of this penny that has to be paid, according to Joe Biden, applies to me as well. But I guess we'll see.
Free money. Hey, before we get started, head over to timcast.com and become a member. We have a lot of work going on with the site right now, and upgrades are coming soon. New payment integration options. But you go to timcast.com, you click that members only button, then you can go to the members area. We have a huge library of exclusive members only content, some full podcast episodes. We had a great discussion with Michael Knowles. You may be a fan of his from the Daily Wire about God, faith, and religion, spirituality, just weird and, just really interesting. Weird. I throw that out there because Ian comes in with the correlation between the metaphysical, the physics, and religion at the same time. So that's where it gets really, and I mean weird in a good way, interesting conversation. So go to timcast.com, check that out. Don't forget to share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or wherever else on podcasts, leave us a good review, give us 5 stars, and share the show with your friends. It really helps. Let's take a look at the first story of this op-ed from Joe Concha over at The Hill. He says Biden's poor TV ratings against Trump is exactly what this administration wants. I don't agree. But the point Joe is making is, I believe it's a fair point, though I do disagree. He basically says, we know that
He's doing a bang-up job. You have AOC saying that he's really being much more collaborative with progressives. And I think that